Alright, picking up immediately from where I left off. Chapter 17. Ooh, I believe the penultimate chapter. The upended submarine continues to sink slowly but surely, a long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them, but at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. I suppose it could be a manipulator. My mind is filling with one giant question. What in the world is that thing? I gambled on Jowd, if you couldn't tell from the voice in the last episode. Well, someone's drilling on the room beneath me? Yeah, alright, it's a manipulator. Specifically a robot Cecil. Well then. I love how it has sunglasses, too. Is that a pylon for his head? I can only imagine this is Nega Cecil. I see you've managed to survive, detective. Hey, you! Excuse my appearance, I seem to have lost my body. Oh, and you there, he said, looking right at the camera. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course. What else would explain all those unnatural things happening?
If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it at that time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us.
Fucking pylon for a head. I don't really know. Please, you've got to tell me. I need to know. Who the hell was I? Oh, snap. Dude, you got shades there, too. Who in the world are you?
Cecil, look at you! What happened?
I can't hold that image on for myself any longer. You can't remember who you are? That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you. Cecil? My name isn't Cecil. Huh. I bet you'll remember real soon. Who you are and who I am too. What? Well, now I have no idea. I thought it was Nega Cecil. The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Yeah, even more complicated. Sometimes something stirring in my head, with memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed myself of my image, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. Could you tell me, please? It'd go much easier that way. They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. Different from Ray, because Ray is much higher pitched, and this one's more breathy, by the way. In the engine. Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak.
What are you doing here? I thought you had to deal with those people.
They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out.
You mean they figured out the source of your powers?
Yeah. The meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time.
If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more.
Yeah. Where's the question about me, goddammit? These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research, and I think I kind of got some of it figured out. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects.
And in my case, swapping objects.
Fuck, what was that?
And in my case, swapping objects. Me bonny lass.
Exactly. Apparently, there are individual differences in the powers we get, and it seems these powers change as time goes by. I haven't stopped to listen to the Nega Cecil voice. I hope it's coming out alright. They do. Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first, I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple.
Is it? How then?
In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite. It's radiation. I suppose that works. If it really was in my chest cavity when I died, then that checks out. He was struck by it, so that checks out, and Missile died in the crater before he got his cool swapping powers.
That's what it does, dying by being exposed to radiation.
On that day 10 years ago.
Ow. That really hurt. Why is there a plunger behind me?
Seriously, that's what it looks like. A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart, and I died. So of course I received special powers. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say of course. That doesn't normally happen.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right.
Yep, I just covered this. This fuckhead ran him over. Poor little dog. God, no one dug that thing up, really?
Aren't the Timsic remains still right there in the park at the bottom of the crater?
Yeah, like, why wouldn't anyone study it? Never mind. You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too. Huh, nifty. Another effect of the meteorite's radiation on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect... He must be Ray. I'm gonna bet hard money this guy's Ray. Gonna bet a pretty penny on that. This guy's Ray. Then again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite. But no, if he's Ray, why would he want us to save Lynn in the beginning? That wouldn't make sense. One of these characteristics of that meteorite is the ability to replay the moment of death. Maybe he needed her alive for something at the time.
Replay the moment of death? Ah, this is all so strange and confusing. I can't take it all... How? I can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense to me as anything else. Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day.
No, meteorite. That sums up the object that pierced your body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment. Yeah, perfect. 2 words right there. Nothing strange and confusing about that. It's a fragment of a meteorite. My very existence is a contradiction. Did he really highlight the word contradiction? Fucking Phoenix Wright style. What do you mean? Oh, for God's sakes. That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, have you wondered where I found sunglasses that fit this bent pylon? 'Cause I sure as hell have. Like, really, they just had these laying around. Fit right on just fine. No idea where it came from. Just happened to be here. Don't have handles or anything. They just float. It's pretty impressive. They even own your spirit. Weird how that works. I seem to have digressed. Because it remained inside of me, the fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separate my life and death.
What?
My body's vital functions stopped 10 years ago. But the body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before my death. Time just stopped, huh? That doesn't really work, but whatever. Space radiation's better than nanomachines. So I just simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day. My hair hasn't grown an inch. God, so it was always like that. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body open with the scalpel.
So I guess as soon as the incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow!
Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. Get laid. But, you know, if I got revenge on the people who stole
Our lives? What?
As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate.
Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping?
It all went fine. I manipulated the justice minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second.
So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped.
But they kidnapped the wrong girl.
Yeah, that was not ideal. Suboptimal, really. They had their own reasons for cooperating with me, however.
Huh?
Their object was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Temsek.
Well, they failed miserably.
Detective Jowd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate.
I mean,
They barely have anything to do with it.
like, maybe the Junkyard Super. Maybe. Cabanella doesn't have a thing to do with it. Even with my shoddy memory, I'm pretty sure he didn't have anything to do with Temsek.
Inspector Cabanella and the Junkyard Super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out,
It is like a polar opposite suit-wise. He's got a long trench coat that's white and a red scarf. I've got a nice tight suit there with a white tie.
I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Temsek fragment, and here I am.
Ow.
But they had one more final target.
I guess she does have something to do with it, but again, purely by chance.
You, detective.
Me?
If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage.
Okay. Feel like you're blaming the victim here a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Huh?
10 years later, you'd become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. Hey, what's up? I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago. So of course you didn't recognize me.
Also, it's 10 years ago and you haven't aged, It would only be logical to assume you look different.
I took
Then who the fuck am I? That's what I want to know. If he's this guy, who am I?
I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Your subconscious resisted such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to completely control somebody.
Huh.
The aim was off, and the first shot missed the mark. Ow. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras for some reason. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan anyways.
See? I'm here again. Bet you forgot about me. Nearsighted Jago. Ha-ha.
But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme.
Wow, that's weird. Hey, stop.
I showed up. Yeah, I still don't know who I am or where I came from. I was supposed to meet up with them after that. But then something went wrong.
What happened?
My body disappeared.
I mean, it fell. Ah, the inspector in white was responsible for that one.
My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back, no matter what. The inspector caused me no end of trouble.
But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsek meteorite, even though it's Temsek Park and it's named after the meteorite and there's a plaque explaining that.
I guess she never went to the park again after that, but yeah, it's fucking still.
Because you were looking into the Jowd case. They thought you would find out about Temsek sooner or later.
Well, I guess we're done then. Cripes, this has been a talky episode, hasn't it? God, I just want to know who I am and where I came from.
And that's pretty...
No, it's not!
The only thing left to do now is explain where this guy came from and who he is. Oh, and the water pressure thing, but you know, I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
Oh no.
There are no cores that link to here from the water surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line and there's no communication cables down this deep. They meant for the submarine to be my coffin. A coffin for the dead. There's no escape.
Well, piss. I mean, could you please tell me who I am?
I think I understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years.
You what?
This feeling, cut off from the world all alone in a submarine, with a trash man and a couple ghosts, sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. This must have been how you felt all along.
Well, maybe not exactly, but, you know, it's a similarity, I suppose.
Hey, Camilla. What's up?
Lynn. Camilla!
Is it true we're stuck here?
What? Oh, piss. Yeah, it's true. Sorry.
If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us.
Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry.
Huh, that's funny.
What is it, Cecil?
I guess Cecil is my name, since his name's not Cecil. Because we called him that and he said my name's not Cecil. There's something I don't understand. Who am I? What was I doing in the... Why would you go to all the trouble of detaching the control room?
What?
Why didn't they just steal the Temsek fragment and escape if that's what they wanted? Why do they have to jettison your body off into the sea?
That's a good question. It doesn't really matter why now, though. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to.
Wait a minute! Yes, we do!
Oh yeah, the tracking device. Sweet.
This will tell us where Detective Jowd is!
The present from the Inspector in White. We know his name.
That's right, Detective Jowd told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in the person's body in the command room. Yes! And we should be able to know exactly where it is with this thing.
Well, yeah, actually. But even if we find out where it is, how do we get it there?
Well, we should be able to figure something out between the three of us. With our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Right! Oh, and wait a minute, what about a torpedo?
A torpedo?
In any case, it's way too early to give up.
Looks like Detective Jowd is our last hope. Again.
Come on, let's get started!
Well, normally I'd love to get started. However,
that's gonna... Hey, he doesn't have a soul. That's gonna have to wait until next time. Thank you so much for watching. I'm a Tokenlad. This is getting crazy. Although I still resent the fact that he's like, well, nothing else left to say about who you are and where you came from. Tisk tisk. But, yeah, until then, thank you so much for watching. I'm a Tokenlad. Talk to you later. Shoot and go shares, and see you around Ask Clowns.